In the Spider-Man comics, they're known for saying, with great power comes great responsibility, which is absolutely true. But it's also true the other way, and that's what I want to talk about. With great responsibility comes great power. And what I'm referring to is the more things in your life that you can make yourself responsible for, that you can claim responsibility for, the more power you grant to yourself. Making things someone else's fault or implying that they just happen to you gives your power away to them, to the people who supposedly victimized you, to the situations that you were a victim of. You give your power to them. You say, I was not in control. But the more responsibility that you take, or the more things that you take responsibility for, the greater your power is. Now, you'll stick with me for a moment. When I used to drink a lot, I actually got attacked one evening. And what happened is I was coming home from the club, and I heard a car kind of behind me. It pulled off to the side, and at some point, I'm sorry, kind of hazy, but at some point I saw like 4 or 5 people get out of it, and they all came running towards me and attacked me and sprayed me with a fire extinguisher, and whatever happened, I got lucky and I was not really injured. Maybe a little hurt pride or whatever, but why this is important is because everyone, my friends, myself, just everyone that I told the story to, said that I was a victim. And the problem with this is that so long as I was the victim, I didn't have any reason to improve. I was expecting these bad people to improve. Well, do you know what bad people don't really have any interest in doing usually? Improving, becoming better people. They are who they are. I can have no expectation of them being different than they are going to be. Sure, they were jerks, and they shouldn't have done that. However, so long as I denied my role in it, I was giving them the power, and I was setting myself up for similar things to happen to me again. Now, what was my role in that? Okay, well, number one, I moved into a less than desirable neighborhood. Okay, so I did that. I was out drinking, and I was walking home alone drunk. I did that. I wasn't really doing a great job of watching my surroundings. I did that. I was out at the club, so I was dressed like you would dress at a club, which was a little strange, I suppose. And I did that. So I basically did everything to make myself a target. And then I went and I claimed victimhood. I'm like, I can't believe they did that to me. Well, essentially what I did is I set myself up for bad people to take advantage of me. So it wasn't until I admitted that, I had to admit that it was my fault that I got attacked before I regained the power. Up until then, they held all the power. Those situations held all the power. I wasn't going to do anything to improve my life, to improve my habits. And so I was setting myself up for this to happen again. Now, let me back up here for a second. So, when we accept this responsibility, and this set me on the path to do it, we start to see that if we were in control during the bad things that happened to us, I got this horrible job. Well, that was me that did that. I chose this bad person to date. I did a bad job on whatever report I was working on. I didn't look both ways to see if there were cars running a red light before I got into that accident. I didn't take responsibility. I went to a place I shouldn't have been. I did something I shouldn't have been doing. I was engaged in an activity that was setting me up to be in a bad situation. So we have this term nowadays called victim blaming. And I really don't like that because it pushes all of the power away from that person, and it truly does make them a victim. When someone can stand up and say, I did this. Yes, there are crappy people in this world, but I put myself in front of them. I did things that enabled them to take advantage of me. I put myself into these horrible positions. When we do that, then we can't just go bumbling through life like, things just happened to me. No, we have to say, I'm responsible. I'm in control. And when you are in control of the bad things in your life is the only time that you can 100% take responsibility and take control of the good things in your life. Because you can't say, I'm in control over here when these good things happen, but I'm a victim when these bad things happen. No. You are one or the other. Either you set yourself up and you're just a leaf floating on the stream, and whatever happens to you, wherever you happen to bumble around and whatever you happen to knock into, that's the I don't take responsibility thing. And you have to apply that evenly to the good things and the bad things. So don't be that leaf on a stream. Take responsibility. Admit, find, look for all of the ways that everything in your life was your fault, and I guarantee you, you will be 1,000 times happier because you will have taken your power back. You will say, I was responsible for that. I did that. That means that future events, I control. I can guide my life. So instead of being that leaf on a stream just bumbling and floating around, now you can be a speedboat and you can go wherever you choose. You decide. You are not the victim. You do not put yourself in front of bad people. You are in control. So of course, let me know what you guys think. I love hearing from you. And if you liked the video, share it. If you didn't like the video, share it with somebody who made you mad. Have a great day.